Hello, this is the TradeSite Forex Market Preview and International Economic Data Roadmap for the week beginning Sunday, the 8th of December, ending Friday, the 13th. Friday, the 13th. There you go. Hope you had a good trading week. It wasn't very exciting. Here's a look at the dollar index daily chart, down and back on Friday. Really net nothing for the week. Still stuck in one of the most boring ranges for the year that you've seen the dollar index in. I mean, a 3.5 point range for 12 months is not very interesting or exciting. Let's go through the major pairs. The euro dollar looks like the inverse of the dollar index. It's been stuck in basically a 500 pip range for 12 months. Pound dollar, that got a 13 sell signal this week on the daily chart, so be aware of that as it broke out of a nice little cup and handle or flat base for 2 months, but then got the 13 sell signal. So we'll see what that means. The Aussie dollar has not done anything all week. 5 days in a row, dead flat. The euro yen, dead flat. The pound yen, dead flat. The pound Swiss, it is what it is. New Zealand dollar pair did not move. Yeah, oh, it did move. It was up for the week. Let's look at the intra-week action 30-minute candles. So, Monday was the biggest range day of the week, but if you go high to low for the whole week on the euro dollar, you're talking about 100 pips. That's it. That was the whole week, 100 pips. And 80 of that was on Monday. So that's not very interesting. The pound, on the other hand, 250 pips. A little bit better. We did make some good money this week on the pound. We had some carryover trades. That's really what you like to see in Forex. We don't want to just have to enter new trades every day. We like to have some carryover trades. So that was nice. Good winners there. All right. Economic data wise, Sunday, New Zealand's manufacturing sales, Japan's bank lending, current account and final GDP, economy watchers sentiment, then Switzerland's unemployment rate going into Monday, German trade balance, Centex investor confidence, Canada's housing starts and building permits. Got a member of the Australia Bank speaking at 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Monday. M2 money stock out of Japan, HPI out of Australia, CPI and PPI out of China at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time Monday night here in the U.S. Going to Tuesday, preliminary machine tool orders out of Japan, French final private payrolls, China's foreign direct investment, French industrial production, Italian industrial production, GDP, manufacturing production, construction output, goods trade balance, index of services, and industrial production out of the UK, Tuesday at 4:30 a.m. A lot of data at the same time. Zoo economic sentiment out of Europe and Germany at 5 a.m. Eastern Time on Tuesday. NFIB Small Business Index here in the U.S., revised non-farm productivity and unit labor costs here in the U.S., 10-year bond auction in the afternoon on Tuesday. Westpac Consumer Sentiment, BSI Manufacturing Index, PPI out of Japan. Wednesday, new loans out of China, M2 money supply out of China, capacity utilization rate out of Canada, CPI here in the U.S., that's one of our big three, will be half size ahead of that, and crude oil inventories. We also have a Fed announcement, so we'd be half size ahead of that as well. So Tuesday night, definitely a half size night going into the second day of the Fed meeting and the announcement plus the CPI. It's always good when they combine them. Federal budget balance at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, so we got the rate announcement, then the press conference at 2:30, and we've got FPI out of New Zealand, visitor arrivals, core machinery orders out of Japan, MI inflation expectations out of Australia, RICS house price balance out of the UK, RBA bulletin out of Australia, SECO economic forecasts out of Switzerland, German final CPI, PPI out of Switzerland, French final CPI. I got a rate announcement out of Switzerland at 3:30 a.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. We've got the Swiss National Bank press conference right after that to talk about that. Got the Italian quarterly unemployment rate, industrial production, Europe's industrial production number at 5 a.m. Eastern Time on Thursday. Monetary rate announcement. So the ECB's got their rate announcement as well. So we've got several this week. We've got the U.S. one, the Swiss one, the European one. Canada's non-NHPI and PPI here in the U.S., the unemployment claims, that's the weekly, initial, and continuous claims numbers. They've been the same for 10 years. Nobody cares. Natty gas at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. 30-year bond auction. We've got the Tankin Manufacturing Index out of Japan, revised industrial production out of Japan, German WPI, UK consumer inflation expectations, retail sales here in the U.S., import-export prices here in the U.S., CB leading index out of the UK, business inventories here in the U.S. at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Friday, and that will wrap the week. It's a lot of data, a lot of Fed announcements, CPI, stuff like that. We got one more full week after this, and then we head in the holidays, and then 2020 is upon us. Amazing. And we enter the 2020s. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple of weeks. Have a great trading week.